Hello guys, this is going to be another video on my inventions to safely reuse syringes. My second invention and my most prized one so far is sort of a mad science experiment. I thought one day to myself, what if I could combine the precision of an insulin syringe, a 30cc syringe that can do half units, with the reusability and convenience of a pen. Sounds crazy, but turns out it is possible. And this is what my first prototype of that looks like. This is used to be a Humalog quick pen from Lilly, and I literally chopped off the plastic end right here about halfway, took out the vial, and managed to use it and managed to replace the vial with an insulin syringe. Now, the reason I use Lilly is for a few reasons. Because one, the plunger here is not pushed back when there's force applied to it. For example, other pens, such as the refillable pens, if you push them back a little bit, they will give and they'll push back. And that won't work for syringes because syringes have a little bit more oomph to them. You need to push them a little bit harder than the pen fills. And so when I tried it with a refillable pen, it just didn't push it down. But with Lilly's, the plunger doesn't push back, it only pushes forward. And it actually does push the syringe plunger through just fine. One more big important reason I'm using these Lilly Kwikpens is because along with the plunger not being pushed back by anything going this way, it can actually be dialed back. If you press it down here and start turning it back like this, it actually brings a plunger back all the way back down to zero. So you can actually reuse this. After every time you get through the syringe, you can twist this all the way back to the starting position and start over again. No other pen is like this, only the Lilly Kwikpens. That is why I'm using them. Not only that, but get this, you can actually give very interesting precise doses with it. Let me show you what I mean. Here is the vial of Humalog that I was able to cut out of the pen. Now you notice that this is it's a full vial. The pen itself doesn't hold the insulin, the vial does, and the vial is in the pen. Interesting to know. This is a syringe. If you notice, the syringe and the vial are very similar in length as far as the amount of usable insulin space goes, right? Let's do some math here. This is the same length as this, or just about, very close. And this holds 30 units of insulin, this holds about 300. That means that for the length of this going down, with this going down, is 10 times less, right? Now we got our pen here, calibrated to use this with 1 unit increments. If this is using 1 unit increments to push down on this vial of 300 units, then that means, by the math, that every unit of this is 1/10 of a unit in the syringe. That means, yes, you can get 1/10 precision, 1/10 unit precision with this pen syringe combination. I know it sounds too crazy to be true, and I thought so at first, but it turns out it works exactly like that. Literally, if I put 10 units in here and I push it down, it'll give me exactly 1 unit out of the syringe. If I do 15, it'll give me 1.5. If I do 7, it'll give me 0.7. If I do 0.2, if I do 2 units, it will give me 0.2 units of insulin. This is a level of precision that you simply cannot get without diluting your insulin. The only way you can get it is diluting your insulin. So short of that, the only way to get a number as precise as 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 units, consistently, mind you, is with this new invention I've made. I'm really proud of it. Let me just show you how it works here. I have this cap on it. You see that it's burnt through a little bit to make room for the edges of the plunger here. But the idea is the cap is on to keep it tight and to keep it from moving, because if it moves, then it's not going to be very accurate. Let me just show you what it looks like inside. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Again, I basically just cut off the half of the clear part, and I sort of burned through it a little bit to make it so that the wings here could fit. But the idea is the plunger's in there, that plunger's there, and that plunger pushes that one, which ends up pushing it here, giving you that precise dose of insulin I was talking about. Now let me give you just a demonstration of what I'm talking about if I can. Normally I have the cap on so that way it stays level, so it's not going to look quite as stable here. But let's say right now we are at, looks like just about 4-ish units, right? Let's take it down a unit. Let's see what it looks like. We could bring that to 10. We hit it, boom. And then look at that. It is down now to 3. Isn't that amazing? Literally, 10 units is 1 unit on here. It's literally a 10th. It is so fucking cool. And you might be thinking, well, this looks a little inconvenient. It's a two-handed job, just like with the chain link one. But it's actually not. If I put this cap back on here, press it down, then it stays completely stable. I can take, let's say, half unit, press it, and it stays like that. Now, it's a bit of a leap of faith because you can't see the inside of it. But I've done multiple tests with this. You know, you've seen the demonstration. It goes down, for every 10 units, it goes down 1 unit. It really works like that. It is truly incredible. Now, my main issue with this now is that, unfortunately, the insurance I currently have, and I am switching to a new one soon, doesn't pay for Humalog pens. And I specifically need the Lilly brand Kwikpens. I'm not sure if it has to be Humalog, but it does have to be the Lilly brand Kwikpens to do this, because no other pen seems to work with this idea. The Tresiba pens, for example, from Novolog, their plungers don't go back. This one does. I can literally dial this one back and reset at 0. Both the other non-refillable pens, you can't do that. So it seems that only the Lilly Kwikpens work. And the issue is my insurance doesn't pay for Humalog pens. So I can't get any more at the moment unless I want to spend maybe over $100 for a pack of 5, right? So I have a little course of action for it. If you'd like to help me turn this prototype here into a finished product, just like I did with these chain links, with these little pieces of paper, I would like to try to do a precision laser cutting job on this cap and on this clear part, and maybe I can make something that looks really nice, that is very easy to use, even nicer looking than this is. And maybe even cut in a window here so you can see the where it is in the dose. I like to do that, but I only have this one pen right now because I can't get any more Humalog, Lilly, or any sort of Lilly Kwikpens. My mission for you, if you choose to take it, is let's say you have an old Kwikpen that's out of insulin. Before you throw it away, consider sending it over. I'll experiment on it, and we'll make more of these, and we'll have some very beautiful, interesting stuff here. Now, I'm not asking for insulin. I have plenty of insulin, but I need these Kwikpens in particular, which right now for me are tough to access. So if you have any of these empty Kwikpens, don't throw them away. Send me a message, send them over to me. I would love to use them. And if you give me multiple, hey, maybe if it works out, I'll send you one back and you'll have one of these for yourself. Now, unlike this invention I've made that sort of requires a laser card to really get these precise cuts on, you actually can use your own tools at home to do this. All you really need is a strong pair of scissors to cut through the plastic over in the clear part and also cut the holes here. And also cut a hole in the top for the syringe to stick through. It is possible to do it with scissors, but I used a very powerful wood burning tool called the cold wood detailer. If you do that, be sure to use protection, goggles, mask, gloves, because there is plastic fumes. But if you just start to use scissors, you can probably pull this off too. Once again, I like to try to see if I can get more inventive with this and get even more precise using my laser cutter, But to do that, I'm going to need more of these quick pens, and if you can help me with that, that'd be greatly appreciated. So that's all for now, guys. I just want to show you that new incredible invention that I use to reuse my syringes for doing small corrections effectively, safely, and with very precise 1/10 dosing. I think it's really cool, people. Let me know what you think in comments. Let me know if you'd like to know anything more about it. I could make a post about it, perhaps. If you have any old quick pens that are out of insulin, send them over to me. I'll love to experiment on them and really work on this and make something really cool here. You all have a good one, and keep taming that type 1.